So I have given the Marvel Ultimates run a chance, and I'm thankful I did. I'd heard some things about Ultimate Spider Man. It has met uh, what I believe is the expectations of a comic book fan. It is a good comic book, it is enjoyable. For me, it's everything you would want in a comic book. So I also picked up Ultimate Black Panther, started reading that. And I'm not going to tell you run out and buy Ultimate Black Panther. I'm not going to tell you it's as good as Ultimate Spider-Man, but not every story has to be mind-blowing and monumental. Just good, decent, something that you would enjoy reading. And I think that's what you get from Ultimate Black Panther. Again, not the greatest comic book you'll ever read. I'm not going to tell you that stop everything you're doing, go grab Ultimate Black Panther. You have to. You don't have to do anything with any comic book. I would say Ultimate Spider Man is a book that you do not want to miss out on. Ultimate Black Panther is a good addition to that Ultimate universe and a book definitely worth your while. Again, don't run out and buy it like you're gonna miss out on anything, but it's worth reading. It's not garbage. And comic books nowadays, if you can say that something is not garbage, you have done well. I went out and I have a lot of books that I've bought. There's books I bought years ago I still haven't read yet. Life happens. But I bought Ultimate Black Panther. See if you can see it in the lighting. Number 4. Good book. I like the cover. I like the art. I believe the art in these books is done well. It's done good enough that the art doesn't distract from the story. There's some books that you read and the art is just very distracting because it just look, I'm not a comic book artist, but you can recognize decent art, and great art. And there's some books that you don't want to just get a decent artist. You want someone who's like, "Oh, wow, okay. You got my attention." That's what you want. That's what you want to get out of your artist. So Ultimate Black Panther number 4, what do I think? Well, I'm going to go to comicbookroundup.com. I think Comic Book Roundup has been fair. Now, maybe there's some things they, do on there and, maybe they're not really accurately covering books, but the ratings I've seen on Comic Book Roundup thus far, if I average it out, read the best and, maybe not the best, not so good ratings, it typically comes out to, oh, this is actually pretty fair. So, Black Panther number 4. What I like to do is I go to the best review and I also read the worst review. I think that's the best way to do it, in my humble opinion. So, this is a 10 out of 10 from comicbook.com. And it says, let's see, let's get down to where they cover. Let's see. I wish I would have went to this in advance because I want to go directly to it. I don't want to read through all of this just to get to Ultimate Black Panther number 4. And now I go to this website and I'm like, why did you not just have this in the top of the article? So they gave it a 10 out of 10. Okay, here's the rating right here, or 5 out of 5 from comicbook.com. It says Ultimate Black Panther number 4 is an interesting exercise as writer Brian Hill and artist Stefano Cieli, I believe that's how you say his name, Cali Cieli, anyway, put the reader in Okoye's shoes in a unique way. Unaware of where T'Challa is, both Okoye and the reader are forced to reckon with his sudden arrival and the reveals that await on each new page with suspicion, albeit an added layer for us readers since we're aware of the traditional Earth 616 versions of certain characters. This may be the best issue yet of Ultimate Black Panther, and uh, Cassalees, I think they meant Kaelis. I have to look up the artist's actual name. I saw it in a book. Anyway, artwork featuring colors by David Curiel is a major selling point. And this is Spencer Perry, of course, who wrote that review. A glowing review. Is the book that good? Would I give it a 10 out of 10 or a 5 out of 5? I wouldn't. I would legitimately give Ultimate Black Panther #4 a solid, I would say 6.5, maybe 7. It's a good read. It's not trash. And again, that's saying something nowadays when it comes to comic books. Okay, so now we get a 5.5, and this comes from let's see, let's go to website, see what website this is. Weird Science Marvel Comics.com. So let's see what the criticisms were. What was not liked about this issue? It's written by Brian Hill and artist Stefano Casilli. Okay, so it is Casilli. Colors by David Cruel. Letters by VC Corey Petty. The cover art by Casilli. Good, or for cover A. Good cover art. I liked it. I definitely liked the cover I got. I don't think the cover I got was drawn by him, but I think it was good. Done well. It says, when last week we left the King of Wakanda in issue #3, T'Challa learned through Killmonger and Storm that Moon Knight was after a strange and ancient power source near Wakanda, a power source far older than anyone imagined. Meanwhile, Shuri and Okoye respectful relationship is starting to fray in T'Challa's absence. In Ultimate Black Panther #4, tensions among Wakanda's citizens begin to rise as T'Challa hasn't been seen for 2 months. Privately, Shuri and Okoye speak words of encouragement, but neither truly know where T'Challa has gone. And that's what you see kind of play out in this book, is them trying to figure out what's going on and how to stay encouraged. One night, an assassin attacks Okoye in her sleep. Shuri drives the killer off into the city streets and follows the killer to end their plans. During their fight, Shuri recognizes the killer is trained as Adora Milaje, who shows who now serves Khonshu, confirming there are traitors in the highest circles of Wakanda. When the killers momentarily gains the upper hand, Black Panther arrives to stop the killer, who dies via a form of energy-based suicide. And yeah, that's the synopsis. Spoilers. I should have said that earlier. I didn't realize the article was going to go into all these spoilers. I'm trying to see what about the book that final thoughts. Here we go. That's what I wanted to get to. 5.5 out of 10. Ultimate Black Panther #4 builds on the atmosphere of paranoia when Moon Knight's assassins, are found in the highest ranks of Wakanda. Unfortunately, the plot moves at a snail pace, only saved by excellent visuals from the art team. I wouldn't be so critical about the pacing. Was the pacing great? No, but I don't have a problem, and I've said this before on other streams. I do not have a problem with the storyline taking its time. I do not have a problem with that. Many people struggle and have issues with that. I personally don't understand that. I appreciate a story that takes its time, builds upon what you're looking at, and gradually walks you into the story while giving you details here and there. It builds some excitement, some suspense. We're so used to everything being delivered all at once. Maybe it is the streaming services. Maybe that has changed the way we consume media, and we want everything now, all the details now. We want to find everything out now. Nobody wants to wait. I don't mind waiting. There is a benefit to being able to sit with a story, think on this story, and wait a little bit. So, like I said, I would give Black Panther #4 a solid 6.5. It's not trash. It's not the best thing I've ever seen. If you're in your comic book store and you're looking for something to read, definitely worth picking up. Something else I picked up. Now, I never read this book or had it growing up. It is the New Mutants number number 98 with the foil cover. I saw Rob Liefeld mention this on his stream. It's a re-release, obviously, and this is where Deadpool was introduced. And I said, you know what? I'm going to buy that. I'm not going to open it. I'm probably going to go buy a digital copy so I keep this one closed and read it because I didn't read it growing up when it came out. I wasn't really into the New Mutants like that. Definitely loved the X-Men, read X-Force, but just did not gravitate toward the New Mutants. But that's something else I picked up. I think it was like, how much was it? $5? Yeah, $5. It's funny how not necessarily drastic, but yeah, I guess kind of drastic comic book prices have changed from the early 90s to now. Were there $5 comic books back then? Maybe there were, some of the foil covers were, but I remember buying comics for like $1.10, $1.20. I think some even 98 cents if I remember correctly. I'll have to go through my old stash and check. Anyway, Black Panther number 4, worth the read. Not the greatest book you'll ever read, but if you can't find anything else and you see it, worth picking up.